Welcome back everyone to today's video. We saw yesterday how can we implement a 3D map using Mapbox in our React Native project. We saw how can we customize and create our own maps. So this map, it's the one I created. So you can create your own using the Mapbox Studio, which is something very great that Mapbox did afford. So you can have your customized map. You can change the buildings, colors, the routes, everything you want, anything you want. We saw the normal styles, the ordinary ones, and what will be and yes, before I forget, we talked about the pitch. If you come back to to yesterday's video, I focused a bit about the pitch attribute, which allows you to incline the map, especially when you are using a 3D map, because when you incline the map you will see these buildings. It will be like this view. It is not the same when you are using this type of view, when you are like facing directly the map, okay, which is not very I don't know, I don't like it, especially working with 3D maps. So it's preferable to use the pitch value. So yeah, that's much more better in terms of displaying like the 3D buildings and stuff. So yeah, so what will we be doing in today's video? We will be doing two things. The first thing is we will be changing this classic button, the classic pointer. We will be replacing it by an icon, and we will be using this package right here. So that's why I need you to install it first. It's very simple and the installation is very basic. You literally have to type this command in your terminal, excuse me, and then there is this line of code that you need to paste it inside your Android /app /build.gradle, which is this file right here, this one right here, and that's all. That's all for the icons, because we will be working with icons. And what else? We will be working with this free API that will allow us to do a reverse geocoding. So the difference between a normal geocoding and a reverse geocoding is they are the opposite. The normal geocoding, so you give the place name and it will generate you the coordinates, which are the latitude and longitude. The reverse geocoding is actually the opposite. So you give it the latitude and longitude, and it will give you the place name, the exact place name, and all the informations like the zip code, the country, the city, etc. So we will be working with that, and we will be displaying all these informations inside the model. Once the user clicks here on this marker right here, a model will pop up and will display these values like the city name, the postal code, and much more. So this is for today's video. So let's start. The first thing I will be doing right now is to import some stuff. The first thing I need to import here is we will be needing actually the dimensions, okay? So, and I need touchable opacity, which is some sort of button in React Native. There is no button attribute in component, excuse me, in React Native, but there is this touchable opacity which replaces the button that we know. And we will be needing a modal, of course, a text, and a scroll view. So yeah, this is everything for the React Native components. And what else? Yes, of course, we need to import our icons. So supposedly you did all the installation process, etc. So there are actually a lot of types of icons. I'll be using the Fontisto, which is right here. There are a lot of types actually. There are ion icons and design, font awesome, etc. So here it is, ion icons, ionic icons. So yeah, you can use whatever you want. I'll be using Fontisto. So yeah, so for that we need to import Fontisto from React Native My VS Code is a bit laggy these days. I don't know what happens, even though I deleted all the pointless and useless extensions that I no more use, such as Laravel or Symfony. But yeah, I don't know. It is a bit laggy, so that's why it's a burden here. And I need you to paste this code. This code will allow us to avoid any pointless errors from that is coming from Mapbox. So yeah, just paste it. I will be like the source code of this project will be in the in this video's description. So what else? We saw what is these things. So yeah, you don't, as I said, you don't have to copy this because I will be changing it, so you don't need to copy it. You can create for free your own account in Mapbox and use it for free. And you can actually create multiple accounts. So you can do whatever you want. So what will be okay? I'm thinking, what should we start with the icon and then with the reverse geocoding, or we do the opposite? Okay, the best thing I need to do is to start with the icon, which is the simpler and the much more easier. So for that, I will put the icon here instead of this self-closing view tag. So for that, I need to call the fontisto. Okay, let's write here fontisto, and I will define a style for this icon to make it much more better. Marker, we will call the style marker container. Yeah, we will be writing that in a moment. Okay, what else? Okay, you know what, let's put this code, this icon inside a view, and inside this view I will precise the style here. Yeah, exactly. So we will do like styles, like marker container, because it will be containing the whole marker, because the normal marker is like a transparent, it has like a transparent background, so sometimes in some cases you can't see or you can't spot the icon. So for that we will put it in a container with let's say a white or black background, depends, and then we will call the icon. So the icon will be contained inside this view. For example, if the icon is red colored, it will be inside a white background, for example, and it will be much more better in terms of visuality. So yeah, let's call our icon here, and of course it's a self-closing tag. And okay, let's see. I guess I'll be working with okay. There is a search here, search input. So let's look for shopping. Fontisto. Okay, we have multiple options here. So okay, I'll grab this shopping store and I'll paste it here. It's very simple actually. We need to precise the size, which will be 20, and you can put more or less, depends on your needs. And for the color is 2, you can put whatever you want. 6.1, perfect. So it's a bit laggy, so that's why yeah, it's kinda weird. So the next thing we need to do is to define this style right here. So for that we do this. So the marker container will have a width of 40, height also of 40, justify content, and we'll put center, line item center to, background color white. You can put black or whatever you want. I will choose white since we will be having like a green colored icon. It suits the white background actually. and the border radius to make it like a circle one. Border radius will be 20. Perfect. Okay, what is it? Fontisto. Okay, let's see. It will be much better if I literally refresh this. Element type is invalid. Expected this string for build components. Blah 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 blah. So what's the issue here? Did I forget something? Okay, so we have our view here, and we need to put it inside the point annotation. So we have view, style, the fontisto, and so what's wrong with this? Oh my god. Sometimes we need to focus a little bit to avoid such problems. It's a bit like normally it will be fixed in seconds. Okay, I'll probably restart this. Yeah, that was the issue. I mean, sometimes we need to focus, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so we do have some issues here. Requiring a non-modal undefined. If you're sure, blah 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 blah. So yeah, it sometimes happens when you do a lot of code updates, especially with my laggy VS Code. So yeah, what I will do right now is I will restart the project and I'll be back in a second. So yeah, I'll probably close this and I'll restart the project and it will be much better. It happens sometimes, and yeah, I'm trying to see what's the problem with my VS Code. It's so laggy even though I have no problems with my computer, it works normally. Okay, let's see. It's loading. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it happens as I said earlier. So you just need to restart your project. Yeah, especially when you do like a lot of code updates, it happens. So here we have our beautiful icon. Yeah, this is an issue actually, so you can ignore it. It won't happen when you, for example, build an APK and launch it on a real device. It only happens on emulators, like virtual emulators. So yeah, so just ignore it for the moment. So yeah, we have our icon here. So what we'll be doing next? The next thing we need to do is to trigger the model, because inside that model we'll be having some informations about the city, the country, etc. So for that, we already declared the model here, and we will be doing two functions. But first, we need to precise the variables, the state. For that, and again, you need to install the ES7 plus snippet, because it will save you a lot of time, especially typing these kind of basic things. So we will have a variable called model visible, and which will be a boolean and false. So I need to import. Did I import it or not? Okay, I did not import it. Normally it will. Yeah, good. Perfect. So what's next? So the next thing we need to do is to write our two functions. So the first one is to trigger the model, and the second one is to close the model. So the first one is, we will name it on marker press. It's an arrow function. And what will we be typing here? So it will just be like set model visible, and it will not false but true. The second one will be const close model, and it will be the opposite of the first function. We'll have here set model visible to false. Do I have a typo here? Yeah, I do have a typo, so that's why I need to pay attention while typing. Okay. Yeah, it's lagging again. That's why you need to. That's an issue because sometimes it takes a lot of seconds. Perfect. So what's next? So the next thing is we need to, once the user types or clicks on the marker, the model needs to be triggered immediately, and you will be having like a close button to be able to close that model. So for that, we need to, firstly we need to precise the model. So the best thing to do is to type the model component, the whole model component, after the Mapbox gl.mapView tag, because if you put it here, for example, it won't work. You will have a lot of errors actually. So for that, we need to put it here. So for that, we'll do model visible. Model visible. It's depending on the state of that variable right there. Animation type, whether it's false or true. So if you want to hard code it, you can put true or false. It will be triggered if you put true. So for that, we did the model visible variable, which is depending on whether the user did click on the point annotation, which is our marker. If he clicks it, it will be true, and if close it, it will be false. So yeah, that's it. So animation type, it will be none, and transparent. Good, so that's all. And it is not a self-closing tag component. So what will we be having inside? We'll have a view actually. So we will style it. Styles model container, and inside this view we'll be having another view, which will be style. Okay, so we'll be having styles and model content. Okay, perfect. And inside this view we will be having our close button, which will be a touchable opacity, and as I mentioned, we don't have button component in React Native. We have touchable opacity, which replaces the normal button that we all know. So for that, we need first to put scroll view to avoid any problems with our view or something. And inside of that, we will be putting our touchable opacity component, and here we will have on press. Okay, it's not here, it's here. On press, close model, and we will write that. We already did, or not? Yeah, we already did. God. And what else we'll be having? Okay. And we will probably do stars like I don't know. I will call it like close button. Okay. Perfect. So now what will we be having inside of this? All of these. So okay, let's not first forget the close text, because if you don't put this, nothing will be displayed there. And we will style it probably, I don't know, yeah, I'll probably do some light styling for this close button text. Okay, because we already have close button. Perfect. So now we finished with the close button. We will define the styles later, so don't worry. So after that, we will be having the city and the country and a small description. You can put whenever you want inside of it. For example, you can put some images of a city or something like that, or some additional information. So the first thing we need to do is a text tag, and let's say city here. I will hard code it for now. I'll put, for example, Ariana. And what else? I'll probably have another text tag right here, which contains the country, Tunisia, and some other stuff. I don't know. You can put whenever you want, but I will be just doing these things for now. So yeah, we need to define our model container. So yeah, for that we need to go here, and okay, let me see. Let's put it here. Model container. Good. So we'll be having like flex 1, background color 2. Okay, not right again. Yeah, why not? I'll leave it for white. Okay. What else? What else do we need? And justify content, maybe a center, and align items also center. That's a bit laggy. And what else do we have? So we finished with the model content. Now we will be working on the model content. Good. The model content will be having a background color white, border radius of let's say 16, margin horizontal of 20, the padding will be also 20, elevation 5, the width, and we'll be working with the dimensions dot. It's a bit laggy, normally it will yeah, okay, window dot width -40. Good. Nope, typo here, and dot width -4. Okay, what else? So it's literally okay. What do we have also here? The model content, we already done this. Yeah, it's a bit laggy, so normally this error will disappear in seconds. So now we'll be working on the close button. So the close button position will be absolute, top 40, and right will be 20. Good, perfect. Normally it should disappear. I don't know why it's still okay. Whatever. The close button text, and okay, put it here. Okay, the color will be black, or it won't be shown in our model. And let's say font size, okay, the error disappeared. Perfect. Font size will be 16, the padding will be 10. Perfect. Good. So what else? Let's see right now, what do we have here? forgot something. Oh yeah, I forgot to this function. Yeah, I forgot to trigger. Actually, I just put this one which close the model. Now I need to do the on marker press. I need to call it inside. Where is my touchable opacity? It's not this. Where is my marker? Here. Normally it should be here. Let me see. Yep. So I guess there is, I don't know if it's in the point annotation or inside the icon. Yeah, we can use onSelected actually. On deselect, no. Yeah, we can use onSelected. There is no onPress with the point annotation. You can check the documentation. There is onSelected. So onSelected means when the user selects the pointer. So when you click on it actually. So onSelected, and we will call our on marker press. Okay. Okay, so let's see right now. Here it is. But yeah, we have like a very, we have an issue here. So yeah, I guess the problem is, let me see, the model container. Let me change this to, for example, 0, 0, 0 and 0 0.5. Okay. Oh no. God. Okay. Let me check right now. Good. But where is my close button? Why it is not shown here? What's wrong with it? Where is it? So here we have a view and the scroll view. Good. So normally it should be working. So here we have close button text, close. Let me check the close button text. So we have here color which is black, the font size. Okay, mistaken something here. So I'll try to refresh it. Maybe I miss. Okay. Good. So we have our icon here, and if I click it, yeah, but I can't see my close button. Why? I don't know. Close button. Okay, we have position absolute, top 40, right 20, and we have also the close button text, which is okay. So yeah, so actually the problem was with the scroll view tag, which literally pushed the close button to another direction. So if I remove it and if I click here, yeah, I have my model and I have my close button. If I click on it, it will disappear. Yeah. Good. So the next thing we will be working on right now is the reverse geocoding, and we will be replacing these hard-coded variables right here, depending on the coordinates, and then it will be dynamic. So you see all these variables right here, all these coordinates and numbers, etc. It will be dynamic. Okay, so for now we are just hard coding it for the design purposes, and then everything will be dynamic. So for that, the first thing we need to do is to define our URL. Okay, let's do this, and let me see, I guess saw it here. Yeah, this one right here. Latitude, longitude. Okay, this one right here. Good. Perfect. So, reverse, we have the format will be JSON instead of XML. We have the latitude, which we need to define it like this for the moment, and then we will be changing it. But let's put the 862499. Good. And for the longitude too, the same thing. And we need to do like this. And here I'll put 10.1955 56. Good. And yeah, I don't know, I don't need these for the moment. Good. So here we defined our URL. Okay, so how can we use that? So for that we need to define a use effect hook here. Okay, I'll be using the snippet, which would be much better. That's why I repeat, you need to install the S7 Plus snippets extensions, and of course let's not forget to import the use effect hook from React. We don't need this, and we don't need this. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to fetch that URL, and every time the user opens or refreshes this component, this URL needs to give us, or this API needs to give us all the information that we will be seeking. So for that, we need to fetch URL. We can use Axios, you can use Axios, but I will be using fetch for the moment. URL, and then we have response. We will be having response.json to get the JSON data, and what else? So then data, we'll be having data, and here we need to do the set location data, and we need to define it, and it will get the data. Okay, so for that, I'll call it right here. Okay, use state. It's a bit laggy, it's very laggy. Okay, so location data. Good. So it is the same variable, no cycle. Perfect. And if we have an error, we need to catch it. For that, we will be doing catch, and then console dot error, I don't know, fetching reverse data. Good. And we need, of course, to precise the error in case an error appeared. So literally this is everything for now. Okay, I'll just, for the moment, I'll put any, and I'll leave it as let's say null. Perfect. So what else do we need to, okay, the error disappeared. So now we need to get actually these data, and we need to call it in order to get our data depending on these variables, which again will be dynamic just for now. Okay, so for that I need to, let's go here and okay, I will say, look, normally it should, yeah, location data, and if you put the interrogation mark, it means it won't display an error in case it's empty or something like that. So to avoid any errors or any problems while generating the component. So what will we be needing? But first, just a second before we do that, let's get let's get actually let's console log the location data. Let's see what we will be getting once we refresh this URL, this API. Good. So it's null, and why it's null? Okay, so we defined everything. Location data. Okay. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it takes some time. So because it's in Arabic, it won't be shown here in the terminal, but you have some infos here. But if you like choose another European or American country, or like yeah, it will be displayed normally, but since it's in Arabic, it won't be displayed. So yeah, we have the country, we have the country code, we have the county. This is supposed to be the city, I guess. The postcode, the bounding box, display name. What else? We have some info that we can use. So for that, we'll be going here, and instead of Ariana, I will do location data interrogation mark, and then let's say so the city is the county. I don't know why they put it county. I don't know. And for the country is the country actually. Yeah, as displayed right here. It's country, and we have county. Okay, perfect. So let's see if we are getting if we'll be having these. Okay, so we have no infos right here for the moment. Why? Clemency. Okay, so yeah, that's why for the second time we need to be we need to have a lot of concentration, especially with these basic things. So in order to access all this info, we need to pass by the address. So yeah, we forgot to type here dot address dot country, and normally everything will be fine. Okay, let me close this, and okay, I will be refreshing it. It will be much better. Address. So we have our marker. Good. And let's get rid of that warning. Perfect. So here it is. We have the city, which is Tamir, and country is Tunis in Arabic. Perfect. So good. So this is for today's video. So in conclusion, what we have done here, yeah, I know it took some time, but I didn't want to skip a lot of things, especially in styling. I could have like just typed the style, just typed everything from the beginning and prepared everything and just pasted the code in just minutes, but I wanted to write it. I need you to write it with me. So yeah, so in conclusion, we have done like customize this marker instead of the normal one, and we triggered a modal if the user clicks on the marker, and inside that model we used the reverse geocoding to retrieve the geolocation data, the name of the country, the city, and more. Using this free API, you can use it. So yeah, all of these will be dynamic in the next video, because in the next video we will be populating a lot of data and a lot of pointer. So we'll be having like multiple pointer or markers here in the map, and each pointer have like its informations. For example, we'll be working on stores in a city. Okay, we'll be having like a navigation between the user's position and the store. And we'll be having a lot of things like we'll be displaying the list of stores uh, in another component, another screen, and we will redefine all the app structure from scratch. Everything will be done inside the src, inside the screens folder, and this app.tsx will hold all the components we will be having. So this is just for now to demonstrate how can we manipulate the Mapbox, how can we trigger the model and to be working with reverse geocoding. After this video, we'll be setting up our new project structure, folder structure, because this is not very practical. It's not like best programming practice, especially working with React Native. So the most preferable way is to have to divide the project in folders, and yeah. So I hope you learned something new in the video, and I'm sorry if there are some issues, especially with the VS Code. I don't know what happened with it. I don't know. I'll try. I'll see if I can fix it or not, because it's lagging and it's causing me a lot of problems. So yeah, thank you for following me and thank you for watching the video. I hope you learned something, and see you on the next video. Bye.